Now broadcasting currently down in Westminster in central London. We got this lone single protester by himself standing with a placard. Looks fairly interesting, so I'll do a quick interview with him, see what he has to say on camera. He has a lot of posters with him depicting the pictures of the what it appears to be the kidnapped hostages from Israel at the start of when the ongoing conflict has escalated back in October. But hi there, my name is Louis. Nice to meet you. How are you?
How are you?
So, in terms of you standing outside here, you're by yourself. You have a few placards with you. What's your main objective?
We do this every 2 hours, every day. Every day. We want our mission is until all the hostages are released. We're not going to stop. We've been starting this since October 7th, and I encourage all the Jewish people should be one. We Africans, our secret was this. Kwame Nkrumah said it to Godamere, is that Israel should unite as one. Doesn't matter where you come from. As a Jew, pay homage to your homeland and protect your homeland. It's a Jewish state. I'm taking duty of my ancestors. Haile Selassie wanted this. Sergeant Dr. Kwame Nkrumah wanted this. One Israel where you all stand up for each other. Bring them home. We pray for the IDF. We pray for all the Jewish people to put the lives of the hostages in their hearts. That it could have been your sister, it could have been your mother, it could have been your brother. Sacrifice yourself and help very hard until all of them are home. God bless Israel. God bless everybody that's helping in this campaign. God bless the president. I'm glad that you are all together. And stay together. Stay united. Keep this unity government until Israel is fully safe from radical Islamic terrorism or from any form of ideology that will ever bring October 7 back into Israel again. Shalom, Israel.
Now I see you're standing here, and I'm not sure, how long have you been standing outside here in the freezing cold?
2 hours a day. Sometime on Wednesday, you see a Christian woman here as well. We're all praying for the hostages. It's your Christian duty to do that. The first century Christians that came to Africa taught us that kind of Christianity, that we pray for the unity of the Jewish people and for their well-being, because they gave us Jesus Christ. Yeah? So it is our duty to pray for a better future for all Jewish people, whether you live in America or here or in Israel. And you unite as one and you protect yourself, like in David's time. Yeah, that's why we are standing here. We are standing here for the hostages. But bring them home. Everybody that's trying very hard to sacrifice their life, God bless you all.
Are you happy with the UK government's response so far?
I think the UK government is under pressure. Rishi Sunak is doing well. The parliament are all under pressure because of the amount of noises that pro-Palestinians are making. But in general, British society are pro-Israel. But it's just that they are all kind of being put under pressure to harness lies. When I say harness lies, the truth is the first thing every noble UK Muslim or pro-Palestinian living here would have said is, Hamas, release the hostages. You know what I mean? Release the hostages. When you let the hostages go, then they can say, oh, Israel have no right to come into Gaza and fight in Gaza. But once you still have Kiva, 10 months he was when you took him away. Once you still have that baby, you are not a victim. The IDF have every right to go into Gaza and get the hostages out. You're not a victim. You're not a victim. Until you release all the hostages, you're not a victim. Women, yesterday I was here. They were saying Women's Day. I said, and the women as well. Some of them were looking at me, it's as if Jewish women don't matter. I said, no, all women belong to Women's Day. Every woman is in charge of a woman's right, including Jewish women. So all I can advise you is stop listening to the media. The media are lying. We all know that. And stop listening to the empty noises of this ceasefire. Ceasefire will happen when all the hostages are released. I stand with Benjamin Netanyahu on that. Because you can't live a world where somebody think they can come and kidnap your babies, your children, women, and then they play victim. You can't have that.
Now, to be devil's advocate and impartial, many would say that a lot of children and women are being affected by this whole situation, especially in Gaza. What do you say to that?
It is Palestinians' fault. Listen, I come from Ireland, yeah? We've gone through struggle before. My mom was British, but I'm not going to even use the Irish struggle to marginalize what's going on. Palestinians voted for Hamas. Understand me? George Bush, remember during the time of Bush, it's a long time ago. Bush asked the people of Gaza to vote for what they think their future will be. They chose to vote for Hamas. Yeah? There was a woman that said that her three sons have died as suicide bombers. She's ready to send more. She's standing with Hamas. The fruit of their electoral decisions is what has created what you're looking at. One thing I thought Palestinians would do, especially in Gaza, was that they would have all jumped on Hamas after October 7th and said, no, give them their hostages back and get out of our home. But you saw the videos, they were all cheering for Hamas. There are so many videos that I think the media is fully ashamed of it. When you go online, you see many videos filmed by Palestinians in Gaza themselves, celebrating for Hamas on October 7th. You can't be a victim after that kind of celebration, because now Israel is fighting back to rescue their hostages. You have responsibility to jump on Hamas and say, you know what, we want to live. We can't handle this pressure. Give them their hostages back and let's see where. That's what every Muslim that claim they care about Palestinians should do. That's what everybody that claim they care about Palestinians should ask Hamas to give up the hostages. Because if you give up the hostages, the IDF will leave Gaza. They are in Gaza because they want their citizens back. It is their national duty to fight for their citizens. That's why they are soldiers. They are not soldiers because they want to hold a gun. This is the British Army. If you take any British citizen here now, they'll come after you and take it back. They take them all back. So the IDF is doing the right thing. But the media has been harnessed to lie, and many governments have been poisoned, and it's taking too long. As far as I'm concerned, IDF has the right to fight for their hostages.
And in terms of the solution to all of this, do you think a two-state solution would work?
We are all in different groups. We share many ideas. I probably have the best idea, but it's not up to me. You have a unity government right now. Yeah, Benny Gantz and Netanyahu. The biggest pressure they have on them right now is the families. You know yourself. The families that every day they wake up, they don't know what's happening to their daughters, they don't know what happened to their mothers, their sons. The pressure on let that pressure calm down first. You know, there's time for conversations like the two-state solution or what's going to happen to Gaza. But to me, as far as I'm concerned, let's get the hostages out. Let that war be over. Let's ask Palestinians in Gaza themselves and these Jewish mothers and victims that have gone through this. What's the best solution for Gaza or for the future of Palestinians? This two-state solution agenda. Because I don't think the PLO and all these organizations that have come and gone, even Egypt, they are looking at this. Look, it is the longest denial. Arafat made millions from it. You make a deal with him, he goes back, he starts war. The same thing with the modern day Palestinian Hamas leaders. They all stay in Gaza, they worth billions. The people in Gaza are actually suffering. So I wish for a better state for Israel where they don't have to fight war. That's what I wish. I wish a better state for Israel where their citizens don't have to die because of fighting an enemy that wish they have to be wiped out. That's what I pray for Israel. But I believe that it's the right for all the unity government to sit down on the table and decide what is the best solution that they don't have to end up in what happened to them in October 7th. But I wish the IDF well. I wish everybody that's claiming they care and are looking for peace very well, that we all get peace and all the hostages are released. Then we talk about the future.
Now, to be impartial and devil's advocate, I need to ask you, where do you get your sources of information from, and how can you fully agree and with evidence that they are they're legitimate?
I watch everywhere. I used to go through pro-Palestinian rallies here. Obviously, I won't be holding the placard. Let me tell you what happened a week after October 7th, the first Saturday after October 7th. I went through here. You could see pro-Palestinians, yeah, with videos of Hamas massacre, yeah, on their phone, sharing among themselves. This is what we did to the Jews. At the same time, with Jeremy Corbyn there on the platform, denying that actually happened. You talk to the next person, say, no, it never happened. You understand where I'm coming from? I've seen both sides' story. The sides that are all pro-Palestinians are full of lies. Me right now, if you ask me why the IDF is being delayed by Joe Biden or the West, is this. If the IDF goes so fast, they will discover that most of these so-called organizations that are in Gaza were actually helping Hamas. The UN were helping Hamas. You will see this evidence. And I think that's why they are delaying to cover up these crimes. Because it's war crime against Israel. If you, a terrorist organization, go to Kibbutz, kidnap women and children, and then they are taken into Gaza, and in the process of them being taken into Gaza, you find out that UN workers, yeah, aid workers actually saw the kids being taken away, and these aid workers have evidence of where the hostages were taken on their phone, celebrating. It's pure war crime. UN has a lot to answer. From what I've seen so far, I've watched all the news, I've watched all the sources, and I said this: the biggest enemy right now in both sides is so-called the United Nations and so-called charity organizations that are claiming they were helping the people in Gaza. They were not. They were using both Israel and the people in Gaza as a commodity. That's what I would say, from what I've seen so far.
So this might be a very touching question, but do you have any friends or family who are personally affected by this whole situation?
Yeah, Laura came here. She's not my family member. She's not my friend. I know her from Instagram. But she came to me. We were all here. It was for women's right. And obviously, you know what happened to the rape and the torture and the girl that you said had been pulled out of the jeep where her whole the drag her. So obviously, she said, Ben, I know that girl. I used to go to school with her. And all these ones, kibbutz are the most friendliest people to Palestinians that this was happening to. And I said, don't worry, we're going to stand up for what is the truth. I've seen war as a child from Africa. And I love the idea that human being can cherish a better tomorrow where there's no war. You understand me? These people that have been affected, I've met some of their families doing some of even at the Red Cross, we saw Kiefer's family. All we were asking from the Red Cross was, go and see if he's okay. You understand? We've seen all of them. And I feel like they feel. You understand? You don't have to be. Look at how the families are putting pressure on Netanyahu. Because they don't wake up with their children anymore. You don't have to be their relative to feel it. That's why IDF are sacrificing their lives. So it's a feeling for all of us. In UK, not just Christian, everybody knows the truth. That's why we stand here every day. Because the media has been, they've choked them to show them. When you go to all our news channels, none of them will show the images of the hostages. There's still about 130 of them. Nobody shows the images. So that's why we walk around, we post our posters. We want them to know, this is my main thing why I come here every day, that they will never be told that London neglected them. We didn't neglect them. And the people that you hear them coming out, they don't come from London. Most of them come from far away. We want the world to know that we stood, and we have a history of standing for Jewish people. During World War II, this city stood against Hitler to say that, no, you're not coming here to take our Jews away to Auschwitz. It is the biggest history we have, but you don't hear children learning that in their history books. But that's what the battle for Britain was about. If Hitler has reached here, he would have taken our Jews away, just like he took all the Jews from Europe. We stood to make sure that no Jewish from the Commonwealth nation will be taken away to a gas chamber. So we are a pro-Israel nation. That's why we stand here to show the world that we still stand with the Jewish people.
Where did you get the photos and information from of all these hostages?
We go to our rallies. We have different groups. I'm the only one to stand here, but don't think I'm the only one. The real jobs are the people that go around posting, because you don't know where you're going. At least here I've got CCTV, yeah, and the police. But my other friends, they go into, they post them on walls and locations. Some places you're posting, you get attacked. But we're all groups. As soon as any of them is released, we remove them from our packages. And we've got about 105 or 108 so far, so we're doing well.
Thank you so much for being on camera today. It's been a pleasure for the interview. Would you like to say anything else about your campaign?
I wish the whole thing ends so quick, because before October 7th, my grandfathers and my ancestors had a plan for Israel, and the church, African churches, had a plan that the Jewish people should start empowering people coming to see the Holy Land. I've been to Israel. I've been to the Western world. I've seen that, yes, this is King Solomon's house, and this is where Jesus Christ came from. That's the message that the gospel was hoping to preach until this whole thing came along and delayed everybody. So I'm hoping that all this thing ends so quickly so that we can get back cherishing the love that the whole world, and especially the Christian faith, had for the Jewish people. Because Christianity is not an anti-Semitic religion. Jesus Christ was a Jewish rabbi. We love, our major love first is to appreciate the Jews that they gave us Jesus Christ. And we have taken their moral laws as a human development way of life. That's why I'm grateful. I'm hoping this end quickly, very, very quickly. I'm hoping the war in Gaza is over and all the hostages are released so that we can get on to show the world that we will always stand by Israel. We will always stand by Israel.
Thank you so much once again. Been a pleasure. My name is Louis. Really nice meeting you.
Thank you very much.